Hello, my name is Karen Daniela Dizet Mora, and in this video I will present the application of my lesson plan. This is the index for my lesson plan. We have the introduction, the pre-class, the in-class, the technology, the reflection or our outcome, and the closing. Okay, this lesson focuses on talking about habits and everyday actions. It was designed for 7th grade students that are between 11 to 13 years old and who have an A2 level of English according to the CEFR. And the main goal of the lesson is to develop students to develop their speaking skills while using the present simple in meaningful contexts. This is the topic of my lesson talking about habits and everyday actions. Okay, we have the pre-class, that is the flipped classroom, and before the class I implemented a flipped classroom approach using the institutional platform of the school that is called Plataforma Académica Integra. And in this platform, students watch a YouTube video about the present simple. This is the link. They also watch a Canva presentation and complete an interactive activity using EducaPlay. Okay, this flipped classroom allowed students to explore the topic before the lesson and help activate their prior knowledge. Okay, now in class we have a the lesson started with a warm-up activity called Look, Say, and Discuss. And the students observe pictures related to habits and describe them using the present simple. Then they identify whether the habits were good or bad and discuss their ideas in pairs. Okay, this activity encourage the participation and help students to connect with the topic. The next is the PBL problem. Okay, I introduce a real problem that the students have bad habits in class and at home, and they don't participate actively. Students discuss this problem in groups and answer guiding questions such as what habits are not good and what do students do in class and at home. Eh, this stage helps students to reflect and use the English in a meaningful way. The next slide is teacher explanation. Okay, after that PBL problem, I explain the present simple using a presentation. I focus on its use, structure, and the rules for the third person especially. And the students participated by giving examples which help reinforce their understanding of the topic. And then students completed a gap fill activity using Wordwall. They they work individually to complete sentences with the correct verb forms, and later we check the answers together. This activity helped to improve their accuracy when using the present simple and identify when use the third person rules. The next is the PBL solution design. And after the previous activity, students work in groups on a solution design task. They propose ideas to improve the students' habits, including two ideas, one reason, and one example activity. This activity promotes collaboration and allows students to use English to express meaningful ideas. The next activity was a group technology activity in the platform Bamboozle. Okay, next the students participate in group in this activity using Bamboozle, and they were divided into two groups and competed by completing sentences correctly. This, this gamified activity increased the motivation and reinforced the use of the present simple. And in this way, the students were more motivated to participate in the activity in the grammar. The next slide is the technology integration. Okay, through the lesson, technology play an important role. So tools such as the institutional platform, EducaPlay, Bamboozly, even the presentation on Canva, the Canva presentation. Okay, these tools supported the learning and made the class more interactive, active, and engaging for the students. And the reflection or outcome of my lesson plan or of my class is that as a result of this, students showed active participation and improved their speaking skills. They were able to use the present simple to describe habits and express ideas, although some difficulties with person forms were still observed. But overall, the learning outcomes were positive. And finally, eh, for my conclusion is that in this lesson, I noticed that we successfully integrated the flipped classroom, the problem-based learning, and the activities. So it promoted active learning, collaboration, and meaningful communication in the classroom. So that is all for my review of my lesson plan. So thank you for watching.